Hello, 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 hello. How are you all doing? Well, today from Germany. Extraordinary, right? Wow, what a journey. Needed to clear some war energies, needed to clear some old energies, but also reactivated the original template. And it had to do with Extenstein. I saw uh, some incredible things there, what is being done, and what they made it of, and what needed to transform, and some places you couldn't go because the energy was so severe, and almost started vomiting. So I did. I thought, well, this energy needs to be transformed. So I started purging and I started doing the work. And then it became lighter and lighter and lighter. And after that, I saw the original template that it used to be a temple space. So all over and all in Germany and all over places, there were so many druids, there were so many spiritual places that is being taken over. And it was really necessary to reclaim that, to claim that energy back. And yeah, it was really amazing. So that was the work I was doing yesterday and today. And I found a beautiful forest with with stones, and in the middle of an industrial place. And I went into the woods, and it was really amazing. So yeah, I hope everything will be fine. So let's see. That done. It was a witch's circle. It was stones. They were celebrating the equinoxes and the solstices there. So it was really a profound place for me to be there. And when I was standing there, I felt the energy of the warrior priestess coming up, and transforming everything with love. So yeah, that's what I did. So now, what has it had to do with the twin flame journey? You know, a lot actually, because the light that you carry within, that you are doing for humanity, that you are working for the light, supporting people to do the same, doing the grit work, doing Mother Earth's work, and that will unite our twin flame, our journey between the masculine and the feminine, um, as we do it with love. So the more we work with Mother Nature, the more we connect with our higher self, with our brothers and sisters in the spaces beyond, then we, you know, your counterpart, you call your counterpart in, or you manifest it into your life. We don't call people in anymore. We manifest them because of our own energies, because they resonate with your frequency. So what's going on for the divine masculine? What is his journey at the moment? And see what is going on there with in the fifth dimensional realm, or if he's already on your path, or you're in separation, or you're in union. We can see what is happening here. Okay. rising to Palladian frequencies. So that is that's in the mind of the masculine, you know, in his mind space, rising to those Palladian frequencies, to rise to the light, so he can, you know, as you know, the colibri is also a bird that can fly and hang still and hover, you know, and eat at the same time, but also this this energy of, you know, going backwards, forwards, sidewards, all at the same time. Not many birds can just hang still and feed themselves at the same time. So that's also what they mean with when you tap into the Palladian energies, hold that space in your body and in your system by yourself. So that is really interesting that the masculine is rising and raising his energy to Palladian frequencies, brothers and sisters. And it's really interesting as the Sirius portal opened yesterday morning. You know, it's the Egyptian New Year. It's the place at the same frequency there on the same timeline Atlantis fell. So we're totally starting new in new alignment. The Mayan culture has the Toltec, the New Year. You know, we celebrated Thursday, day out of time. Friday it was New Year, so it was wow. All these portals, all these frequencies are really having a huge influence on our life, and now you feel that push forward and moving forward. So all these energies are helping us to go to those Palladian frequencies. Travel in the heart space of the divine masculine is travel. Travel with to places, activate places, supporting humanity, to raise that vibration. Also at the same time, when I tune into the divine masculine, it's also transforming the land, you know, because of those frequencies. So it's really interesting what he's doing, and his mind is on travel. Want to travel places, want to activate places, want to see places, um, transforming. That's what I hear, and seeing things from a higher perspective. So yeah, it could be. And then I hear he can't sit still. It's very difficult for the divine masculine to sit still, because there was I had a feeling he had an integration time for a couple of weeks before. It's very of withdrawing yourself, going within, you know, want to be on your own, want to be in your own space. And now it's a time, you know, I can't sit still, I have to do things. I need to explore things. That's what I feel. So in his heart space, there is travel. Travel with the dragons, travel, inner journeys, outer journeys, physical journeys. It's all about, you know, moving forwards, going to places. So yeah. Okay, and how does he sees the relationship or the union with the divine feminine? Sacred mountain. It's a journey. It's a journey from Lemurian timelines. That's interesting. Never saw that before. So see, every time when you use those cards, you see new things. Lemurian consciousness, and it's a journey, and walking the sacred mountain. And when you walk that path all the way up to the golden lights, to the golden path, and I call it also the golden template or the gold print journey. then you can sit down, have your vision, have your quest, you can sit down and rest, because it's in peace, it's all settled down. But the journey and the twin flame journey is you know a path of climbing the mountain, climbing all the obstacles. Could be obstacles, not always, because when there is an obstacle, you can always transform that obstacle, because it's there to be removed out of your system, out of your life. Climbing over it, looking for a place to go around it, but you have to address that obstacle that's coming on your path. And that has to do with this climbing the sacred mountain, because most of the time on that sacred mountain there is this crystal castle. And when you reach that crystal castle, then you're coming in union. But that's how he sees the divine feminine, that she is walking her sacred path, and that she needs time for that sacred path. And sometimes that path goes all the way around, and it's like walking a labyrinth. It's a pilgrim's journey, and it takes a lot out of the divine feminine, because she is loyal to her journey. But it's like you're climbing your sacred mountain. At the end of that sacred mountain, you get your reward, you get your visions, you get the golden template, and you reach your goals. So that's what he sees. So what is for the divine feminine? What's in the mind space of the divine feminine? And when I told you about the warrior priestess, handling everything with love, handling everything. Hi Monica, how are you? Yeah, so I hope you're doing well. So yeah, it's really interesting. What's in the mind space of the divine feminine? Unity, resolution, unity, resolution. You're coming together in the middle. There's always a resolution. I think that she had that last week also, that there is a resolution for everything, as long as you don't go in your mind space, and create all things that are not there. So it's the connection between the source, the masculine and the feminine energy, and ground it into into this earth. And when you ground it into this earth, you're connecting all the dots, you're connecting all the grid points and the ley lines that go to the heart chakra of the world, and that's Glastonbury. When you're coming all together there in that sacred space. And it was very interesting when I was at Berenstain yesterday. In the woods, they have sacred mountain, and all the ley lines are or the labyrinth, the same labyrinth as the tour in Glastonbury has. You saw all the ley lines going around that forest and that mountain. So it was really interesting how to do it. And you always find a resolution, and that's the thing what the warrior priestess did yesterday. Knowing that the energies are so incredible heavy and that you almost need to vomit, because there are particles of you that remembers that time, um, or your energy is connecting with that timeline. And then I started to vomit, and I thought, okay, well, just hold on, and sending love and bringing your sword in to protect yourself, but also the lot of love, so you can anchor that light into your sword, into the earth, so everything will go to all directions and you clear the space. So that's what the Divine Feminine did yesterday. And yes, it takes a lot out of her. But after that, we went to a sacred well where we could cleanse ourselves and let the water go through your hands and rise that energy, and from your hands, and you feel the energy shifting. Took the sacred water with me, and I will bring it back to Glastonbury, bring it into the waters there. So you are, connecting all the waters. I still have the waters from Egypt. So I make this amazing water elixirs and activators to, and then I put them in bottles, and I can, pour them everywhere I want to because water has memory. And when, say for instance, water that is toxic, comes in this energy um, with pure water, it takes the energy of the pure water. So it takes the original template, and that's the work we do. That's what what I do with friends, with soul family, and it's really amazing. So let's see. In the heart space of the Divine Feminine, it's a unicorn, purity, connecting with the heart space. Know that the heart is pure, that everything what she does is come from that pure space. And she knows also when to surrender in those spaces. When you surrender in those spaces, you will activate everything what you do. And also the love in your heart space will surrender towards the places where you are connected with. So the purity of the unicorn, being a pure heart, know when to surrender, know when to step in the warrior priestess energy, to shift and to change. And that's also what she sees, for instance, with the other um, feminine energy she's encountering. She sees their heart space. She sees the purity of the side. We all have shadow sides, but where are you focusing on? If you focus on that dark side, you will see that dark side, and that dark side will get activated. If you are looking to the purity and to the beauty of that side that they carry, that will be enhanced, and that will come up. So it's, how do you want to see things? How do you want to perceive things in this world? It's all up to you. So yeah, and that's what the Divine Feminine does. The priestess warrior of love, and she surrenders in her journey. That's what I feel. So how does she see the Divine Masculine? Abundance, he lives a life of abundance. And that doesn't mean, you know, the abundance of light, the abundance of joy, the abundance of happiness, uh, being able to sustain himself, enjoying, you know, what is coming towards him. So she sees him as having enough, you know, and that's not in the material way. She's not seeing him in the material way. She sees him, you know, as a person that has everything already and is totally content with it. Doesn't need more, you know. There is no um, how do I say it? There is no, yeah, let's say it. There's no greed for more. There is no greed. There is no something that he needs to achieve to have more, 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 because all the abundance, uh, he lives the abundance. That's what I see. He lives the abundance. So in everything he does is already abundant, you know, living in abundant places, you know, creating things, um, and keep it all in balance, is able to enjoy the places, is able to connect with the flowers, with the trees, with the oceans, with source. And that's what the divine feminine sees. You know, abundance is not always the money or you know, the material things. We don't see things like that often. So yeah, he's just creating that space and living his fabulous abundant life. So what will support the divine masculine on his journey to unity? What will support the divine masculine on his journey to unity? Arise, rise, rise above. You know, it's the Lemurian priestess, it's the Lemurian energies, rising above the third dimensional realm, rising his energy, going with the flow, with the energies that is available for him at that moment in time. You know, connecting with the waters, you know, being in that playful energy, shining his light to different places. So that's really, really beautiful. So it's almost, when I tune into the masculine energy, where he's at, and the divine feminine where she's at, it's almost the same. You know, he is rising to the Palladian frequencies, to the frequencies of Lemuria, and the divine feminine steps more in the love energy, in surrender, and the purity energy of her heart space, and that is balancing everything perfectly out. um, so I see one is going into action and retreat, and the other one is retreating out of a retreat, going into action. So the um, the synchronicity is really amazing between those people. Yeah, between those frequencies and energy of the masculine and the feminine within, and it's really in balance. It's you know, when the divine masculine steps up within the divine feminine, you know, the feminine can rest a little bit more, you know, and take it more easy. and vice versa. When the divine feminine steps in her warrior energy, you know, the divine masculine can give a little bit more emotional support to her, and that's really beautiful how it balances each other out. So what is going on with the divine feminine? What will support the divine feminine in the union? Syrian missionaries, the Syrian, the Syria energy that is supporting the divine feminine, and the Syrian portal opened yesterday, and you really felt it. We also felt the solar flare coming in yesterday afternoon. It was an X-ray 14 and was up till now the strongest we had. But I told my friend, I said, whoa, I have a feeling I can fall into sleep, I can, so much energy came through. And then we kept on walking. And I said, oh, these energies, these codes that come through now from the central sun is needed for us to clear out the space. And that's what we did. We used that energy and those solar codes to shift and change everything. So we worked with the Syrian brothers and sisters and the Palladian energies and many, many more energies, to hold that whole space and call in the whole sisterhood and brotherhood, and clearing that space of war and trauma, actually. So we released that. And that is supporting her. Those Syrian energies are supporting her, and that is really amazing, because that's why she has the energy to go on and push through. So that is what we do with the divine feminine. So how does the masculine sees the union with the divine feminine? Guidance. He seek guidance. He let himself be guided by spirit, guided by her. He sees her as a guide for himself, but also for other people. He let himself be guided by his guides. So he is saying, okay, I run free. So when you run free, you also will be guided to where you need to go. And that's really beautiful. I was, when was it? Was it Thursday? Wednesday, I was in Utrecht in Holland. And when I'm there, there's a huge statue of Bridget in front of the Dome Tower. And I went there, and it was also had to do with war again, and again a war clearing be done there for Palestine, and had a prayer for peace. And but then after Bridget, I came across to Rhiannon, and she was riding free on her horse, and I thought, oh my gosh, this place has so many goddesses through the whole city. And I thought, wow, this is really amazing, because when I cross the border, there is a copper border there that is connecting with Britannia. So we know that in ancient times we were all connected, all the countries were connected. And one day, it is all being, separated. And that's so interesting. How hard try to separate something, the harder the pull will come back, you know, to come back into union. And that's what the outer world is doing, you know. There are energies, there are other things that happen that want to create that separateness in our society. But when our heart yearns for union, yearns for that equality, there is no separation, because when you get guided by and protected by the higher realm, you know, they protect that energy of coming into union with self and your higher self. So yeah, and we're totally shifting from the third dimensional realm up to the fifth dimensional realm, and living in a totally different timeline. And it's all in the now. It all happens in the now. All these dimensions, all those timelines, it's all happening in the now. It's just the way of consciousness. What are you choosing? Which direction do you want to take? And it's really interesting. Let yourself run free and be guided. And that's so beautiful. That's why I ended up here, you know, really beautiful. It's a lot of let's see, how does the divine feminine sees the union with the divine masculine? Blessings beyond the soul path. Blessings beyond the soul path. And that's really, really beautiful. So she sees him as a blessing, and that's going beyond the soul. It's going beyond that path, you know, that you walking in the 3D. It's more than just being on earth and receive your blessings. It's beyond that. So and when you walk that path, and when you walk that path together, you know, both will be blessed all the time. All the time you will be blessed. So the abundance will come in, the love is coming in, your journey is coming in, the travel is coming in, the guidance is coming in, your energy is rising. You know, it all goes through the roof, and you're divinely protected. And I see that because in July we opened the portal for the second wave of the twin flame. Yeah, second wave of the twin flames. That means that all the twin flames that are coming into union in this time frame, that they will be heavily not only heavily supported but also protected, because this energy is going to make the change. It's providing star children to come in, golden print children. The golden children are coming in, and you see it in their eyes. They have that wisdom, they have the technology already, they have the way to surrender. They know exactly by who they want to be with, you know. And that is, you know, recreating our kingdoms here on earth at the moment with the masculine feminine. They creating it. And what we need to remember is to stay firm, you know, stay in that heart space. You know, there are some huge times coming ahead. We are prepared for that, and we can move through that. And just by being in that heart space, and not get yourself occupied with other things that are going on, but just follow that journey, just follow that path. So that is the divine feminine feels blessed by the divine masculine. Let's see what else. What does the cards of the Twin Flame Ascension has to say. The cards of the Twin Flame Ascension. For the journey, for the Divine Masculine. Wow. Feminine twin activating higher self. So the Divine Masculine is activating his higher self, connecting with the energies of the Twin Flame, connecting with the energies of the Divine Feminine. So it's very interesting, as the masculine was always from the earth, grounded, strong, you know, and rooted in the earth, more logic, you know. But now they ask to shift that energy and go up to the intuition, go up, you know, to the higher frequencies, opening and connecting and activate yourself with the higher self of the Divine Feminine, so you can, you know, merge and raise yourself with that energy of the Divine Feminine, because she will hold your hand to take you to the other side if you need to go. If it's, and that's probably more difficult for the Divine Masculine, because he's very logical, he's grounded, you know, he's a person of the earth, keep his energy there, you know, hold those roots, but is also very sensitive, and that sensitivity, use that sensitivity to rise to the higher, to connect with the feminine energy. And the energy of the feminine is going down. The energy of the feminine starts to ground more, you know, is grounding her spirituality and her intuition and everything, what she knows, into this earth. And that's why you get this, you know, this resolution. That's where you get the solution and the resolution of things anchoring, because she carries the mother energy, she carries the energy of Mother Earth. And that's all kind of energy. It's the maiden, it's the lover, it's the mother, it's the crone. She anchors all these energies in the earth, while that she was more up in the realms, you know. When those energies of the realms are anchored, she brings it to the earth, to give more light and to activate. So what's for the Divine Feminine? It's unification, aligning yourself with the abundance. Wow. Well, that's what she does. She's aligning herself with the abundance code of the sun, of following your following your journey to the sacred mountain, you know, walking your path, walking your journey, doing the things that you need to do. Feel blessed by that, you know, and your abundance will be aligned because it's coming from the heart space. Okay, let's see. One more card. What is the universe saying about the union of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine? Wow, 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 wow. Compassion. Higher heart is opening. So your higher heart is opening for the Divine Masculine, for the Divine Feminine. That higher heart frequency is opening. When that higher heart frequency is opening, all fear disappears. You know, our heart chakras are still connected to the third dimension. Let's see, where is that? Yeah, it's still connected to the third dimension. Our higher heart is connected to the fifth dimension and beyond. So when you open your higher heart, and that's very interesting. Well, I'm not going into it today, but I will tell you something about it later. The higher heart is opening. it's flowering, it's connecting you to more dimensions in love space. So it's easier for you to do your work. It's easier to let go of things. It's easier to detach. You know, sometimes you are, and that's the frequency of the third dimensional realm. We are too attached to things, to attach what we need, to attach what our needs are. And when you are going into that higher heart space, you know that everything is already there, everything is fulfilled, everything is expanding already. So yeah, it's really interesting what is happening here. So open that higher heart. There are several exercises to open your higher heart, but you can also ask your guides, you know, to open that higher heart space so you can move it to a higher frequency. Okay, I hear you need the starseed energy, lost cards for the divine masculine. One card for the divine masculine. Thank you. And one card for the divine feminine. Too much. Too many cards. Yeah. Interesting. One card for the divine feminine. One card for the divine masculine. Okay, let's start with the first card for the divine masculine. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So if you have a feeling, divine masculine, that your time is running out, that your divine feminine is moving on, or you know that you want to see your divine feminine but you think there is no time, there is time enough. Don't force anything. You know, it's trust the wave, you know, you came in on. You know, when you trust that wave, um then it's okay. As you go in your mind space, that you say, oh, there is no time, and you know, probably we don't see each other, there's a reason for that. And surrender yourself in that time space, you know. There's no time to run out. Time will always continue, you know. There is no perfect time or not time, or you know, in the realm you're operating from a fifth dimensional realm or higher, there is no time. Your guides have no time, you know, it's just flowing. And that's really interesting. And then you have the empathic starseed, um, energetic sovereignty. You're energetic, you're a sovereign being. We all are sovereign being on an energetic level. So and yeah, that's also interesting, absorbing what's not yours. So it's probably that you are very sensitive, and you're an empathic starseed, so you also need to look at the energies what are not yours. You know, that you don't get in too much interaction with the energies that are not resonating with yours. So there is, and it's really interesting because I also hear you're already protected. You know, you're already protected in that energy you're operating in, but you could absorb things and energies that are not yours, well, while you're doing your journey, or you're clearing war energies, or you're clearing uh, uh, energies of other person. If you're a healer or a psychic or whatever, you know that you're absorbing a lot of energies from other people, and know that that you are protected, and know also how to send it back, and cut the cords and say, okay, this is not my energy, and sending it back. Like I had yesterday, I started purging when I felt the energies of the surrounding, and I said, okay, I move it through. I get my sword out and anchor that light through the sword, and as a protection, but also, let it flow through you, because those energies, you are transmuting those energies. The more we try to push it away, the more those energies are coming back to test us and where we need to go. And it's just let it pass through, because it's just another flow of energy that is heavier, that has to go through the light. And it comes to you because you are that transformer energy, right? So you're neutralizing the space because of your energy. So it's really, really beautiful that you can do that. And don't think, okay, I have to protect myself. You're already protected. It's just let that flow through you, and it will get its release. And if you still say, oh, no, 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 move, I don't want to feel it, I don't want to feel it, you're not moving, uh, you're not transforming the things that you need to transform. It's a part of the journey, it's a part of your soul mission. And they wouldn't give you that soul mission if you were not prepared for it. I'm sorry. What is here? Um, Righting the past wrongs and uppotting. Okay, I see it here. It's I'm sorry. Maybe you have to forgive someone. Maybe you have to forgive your divine feminine. Maybe you have to forgive yourself of past issues. Um, it's and this is for the divine feminine. Um, maybe you have to say sorry for the past and make the past things right. Um, and that's more on an level of, you know I feel what they want to say, as now you're doing the things right, what you did wrong in the past, or in the past lives. So what you did, you transformed yourself in an upgoing energy about everything what was wrong in your life is now right, in you making the things right. And sometimes we have that in relationships, in environments, where we did wrong. Ask forgiveness, say sorry for what you did wrong. say sorry for um, um, well, you don't have to say sorry for the expectations of someone else. Listen, that's something totally different. If someone expects something of you, know that you're a free and sovereign being, and that you don't have to give any um, apologies for that, for being who you are. You know, the things that you did wrong at that time, you making it right now. And it could be that you're making it right for past lives. You know, there are always different timelines, different dimensions where you're working in. So maybe divine feminine was destroying Mother Earth in a former lifetime, working from for the other side, you know, and now she's doing the work to clear it all, and clearing the karma out. So maybe we have to say sorry to Mother Earth. Maybe we have to say sorry for, you know, not taking good care of her. So that's what I see. Maybe you have to say sorry for towards your karmic partner, you know, to make things right that you did wrong in the past. And yeah, we all make in karmic relationships, uh, we make all toxic situations, because you're coming from a consciousness that you are not aware of how you should react or how you should do it. And you can say sorry for that. Maybe you need to make a clear path for yourself to say, okay, you know, I did this, I'm sorry. um, I reacted out of pain, out of defensiveness. I wanted to defend myself, and I didn't get the opportunity to defend myself because you overruled me, you overshadowed me. And you can say, I'm sorry for that. All the things that happened, when you're raising to another consciousness, a higher frequency, you don't even bother by it. You don't say, you say, I don't need an excuse, I don't need your apology, because it has nothing to do with me. you know some people just want an apology. And I would say, don't wait for it. It's great that they come in with an apology, but you don't need an apology, because you know already that everything in the higher realm, it's all be settled out, it's all be transformed already. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. Well, that's the whole thing of the divine feminine. The courageousness, you're multifaceted, you're multidimensional, you have a unique nature, and let yourself be seen. Don't close yourself off for other people. you know um, the abundance is there with you, in all levels. For the divine feminine, your abundance is there, because you are your unique nature. That's why you can travel, that's why you can do the things that you want to do. That's why your heart is open and attract the same people that's on your path, creating more abundance, creating more love, opening up more space, um, for yourself, opening more open-heartedness, that can flow, and that you can be seen by everyone else. So let yourself be seen, and uh, don't let the third dimensional heart space, close it. Sometimes we get afraid of opening our hearts again. and to get into union with the divine masculine or divine feminine. And well, then you have to say, okay, you know, and then you know that you're in the past. You know that you're talking from the past. When you are in your higher heart, you know, there is no fear. We raise above it, but then we are in the now, and we are looking to the future. So when we look to the past, uh, our heart will close down because there are some past hurts. That's just a reaction from the brain to your heart saying, I don't want to go there. That was the past, that was painful. I don't want that experience anymore. And what is going on? So that is something, because in the now everything transforms. When we go to our higher heart and we go into the now and we go into the future and we experience things in the moment, there is no closing of the heart, because the heart experience joy, experience what is happening in that moment, and there is no fear in that moment. So that's the graciousness of the divine feminine. And there are so many facets towards the divine feminine. And let yourself be seen, let yourself be heard, and open yourself up, because everything what you want, the purity of your heart, the abundance, the creation, your journey, your travel, you know, it's all there. And for the divine masculine, it's really beautiful, because you're an empath, you're an empathic starseed. So um, transmute all what is coming your way. You know, don't take it all on. And sometimes you have to stop. What? Sometimes you have to stop with yourself before you speak it out. You have to stop by yourself to say, is this mine or is this from somebody else? Because as soon as it skips your lips, it will get a projection, and you're projecting that frequency into existence. Wow. Thank you, guys. So that's really, it's really, really, really interesting how it all works. So it's the time of the twin flames. It's the time of union. It's the time of moving forward, going through different timelines. Um, you know, it's the second wave of the twin flames coming together. So come in union, or later on in the year, things will shift for you. And if don't be afraid, if you miss this first um, wave or the second wave, that there is always a third wave. There is always a next year when you can take on the next wave, the twin flames. Maybe your twin flame is not even here on earth. Maybe you're still in separation. Maybe you're still your twin flame. I hear maybe your twin flame is not even born yet. You never know. Then I have to think about the joke they made. But yeah, you never you never know. The age difference between twin flame can be huge, can be small. It could be that the masculine is younger than the feminine, that the feminine is younger than the masculine. You don't know. But sometimes you have to overcome the age gap, and that's not an easy task for twin flames. Okay. Um, so if you want, I'm going to close this down because I want to hit the road again. If you want a private reading, go to the description box below. You know, there's my email address. You can ask for a reading. Thumbs up if you like my videos. Subscribe so you know exactly when to receive the next video. And I wish you all well. Have a great, great, great twin flame journey. Know that the twin flame, divine feminine, is in her warrior priestess energy, and the divine masculine, you know, is in the energy of the empath, of traveling in his heart space, and divine feminine is connecting with her purity. So all the love, all the blessings, and see you next time. Bye bye.